In this tutorial, I am going to show you how you can extract and view chromosome names in a VCF file using bcftools. And so to help us do this, we'll use the bcftools query command. And this is the page where you can read more about bcftools. I will leave the link to this page in the description box. We will use bcftools query command, and then with the option, we will use the -f option here, which is also format. So the -f or the -- format here, this option is used to extract information from columns. So what are these columns? Let's scroll down, we will see them. So these are the columns in the VCF file. For this exercise, our focus is to extract the chromosome name, so we will use the chrom column here. Okay, so in the command, you also have to include this character here, but we will look at it on the terminal, so just stay tuned. So, and that is what we are going to do. There are examples here that you can also check, but just do that at your own time. And so for this tutorial, you need to make sure you are running a Linux PC because we will use some Linux commands as well. And you also need to make sure you have bcftools installed. I have a separate tutorial that shows you how to install bcftools, so you can just watch that tutorial. There are actually two videos on that. So one shows you how to install bcftools using Anaconda, the other shows you how to build from source. So all these videos, the links are in the description box, so just use them to set up your PC. And so without further ado, let's start the exercise. We will begin by first downloading an example data. Okay, so we are going to use a VCF file which is available on my GitHub repo. And this is the page. I'll leave the link in the description box for you to also visit this repo and then download it. But before we download, let me also say that the data sets here were prepared using data from the 1000 Genomes projects. So this is the page for the 1000 Genomes project FTP site where you have several VCF files that you can use. Okay, so I downloaded and downsampled the VCF files and then merged them. Okay, so let me also say that the files here are very heavy, and so if I'm going to use them, you just have to know that they are heavy. So and that's it. But the files I prepared from these ones here are here on my GitHub repo. So they are very, very small. Okay, the sizes are very, very small. So you can download them quickly and easily and use them on your PC without any challenge. You can use them on ordinary PCs. Okay, so that's how it is. So let's download the data. For this exercise, we are going to use this file, all.snipsindex.vcf.gz. This file is what we are going to use. To download it, you first have to click on it. You can also double click. And then you'll be sent to another page. On this page, move to the right side. Just follow my cursor. Move to the right side and you'll see a download button here. So there's a button labeled download. That is what we are going to use. I'll show you two approaches to use to download this file. The first approach is used if you want to download using the browser. What you do is to click on it and then you'll be asked to save. So I will save it on my PC. Make sure you save it in a location where you have access to the file. Okay, so there's one way to download the file. The other approach is used if you are working on a remote server where you have access to only the terminal or the command line. For that, you need to have the download link. Okay, so that is what you need. So to get the download link, still bring your cursor over to the button. And then what you do is to just right click it. Okay, so once you right click it, you go to this copy link here and then just click on it. Okay. So I am using a Firefox browser, so this is how I do it. But using the other browsers to be able to get the download link. So once you have this download link, you move to the terminal and continue from there. So on the terminal, the first thing I will do is to create a working directory. So I will say make the VCFs. I will then cd to it. The reason why I do this is to separate files that I'll be generating for this exercise from other files on my PC. Okay, so doing this helps you to organize your files and prevent accidental removal of files and modification of files. So that is why I create directories for every project that I do. So now it's time to download the data. So I'll use Wget for it. So I'll say Wget and I'll supply it with the download link of the file, the VCF file. And then I'll run it. Please take note that aside Wget, there are other tools that can help you to download files from the internet. Okay, so just use an appropriate tool to get your data downloaded. So let's run this command. So now the data has been downloaded. Let's first clear the screen and continue. Let's do an ls to check the file. So there we have it. We will now begin the query. We will start by getting the chromosomes, the names, the list of chromosomes in the VCF file. So we say bcftools query. Then we use the -f option. So this is for formats. Okay, so this is used to extract information from columns in the VCF file. So that's what we use. So for this one, we want information from the chromosome column. So we bring our quotes, percentage, character, and then we type chrom, chrom, all in caps, /n. Then we close it. Then we specify the VCF file. We have it like this, and then we run it. So this will display the chromosome here for us. Let's clear the screen. We can also save the output to a file, a text file. So with the same command, we can just add our greater than symbol here, and then just specify an output file. So let's say all chr.txt. So this will direct the output to a file. Instead of displaying on the screen, it will direct to an output file as we have specified here. So let's run this. It has been done. Let's do an ls and you will find it's there. Okay, so here you can also do a cut. Okay, and then just display it like this. And then you get it there. So the cut is used to display contents in a text file. So there we have it. Notice that with the command, we have duplicates. Look at what we have here. We have SSS, YYY, like that. This is because this command here returns the chromosome for every variant. We are looking at columns here. So all variants will be returned. Okay, so the chromosome for all variants. So that means that if, let's say, you have maybe 20 variants that were found on chromosome 1, you will have 20 chromosome 1s being displayed for us. So this particular command can also be used to get the total variants, but that's for the later section. So let's proceed. So let's clear the screen. And so usually what we want is not a duplicate, but just to get a list of chromosomes. And so this means that we have to remove duplicates from this list. So we will look at that also. So with Linux, there's a command to remove duplicates from text. Okay, from text. So that's the unique command. So let's run this command again, the query command. By this time, we will remove duplicates. So let's go back, use now arrow to this. So with this command here, we can add a pipe and then add the unique command here. So this will remove duplicates for us. So let's run this and see. Notice how they have been displayed for us. Okay. And then all duplicates have been removed. We can also save these results to a text file. Let's clear the screen and then just do it. So we have it here. We just add our greater than symbol and then we just save it to an output file. This time, let's say chr.txt. Okay, let's just say chr. That's simple. And then save it. So let's run this command. it's also done. So do an ls and you'll see it there. Again, we can use the cat command to display. And there we have it. So this is how we extract the chromosome list from VCF files. Let's clear the screen and then continue. We can also count how many chromosomes are in the VCF file. And so we can say bcftools query -f, the same as we did previously. And then this time we add a unique and then we add wc-l. Okay, so we pipe twice. So the first pipe will then remove duplicates and the second one will count them for us. So let's see how this is done. Let's run it. So you will have 24. Instead of doing this query to count on the VCF file, we can also do the count using the text file that we generated when we listed it, okay, using this command. So notice we remove duplicates and then place them here. So we can also count the chromosomes using this text file. So we can say cat.chr.txt, we pipe and say wc-l. This will also give us 24. Okay, so I am showing you ways of doing the query, both on the VCF file and then on the text files that you generate. So this is how we do it. We can also use this information to count the total number of variants in the file. So for this one, we use the command that generates the duplicates. So to count the total number of variants using this particular query, we can just go back, look at the command here, this one here, okay, and then here we pipe and say wc-l, and then we run it. So this will give us the total number of variants, okay, but this particular one can be tricky, especially when dealing with the chromosomes. So you might want to do some additional checks to confirm that the number you have is actually what is expected. So that's by the way. So just try and then sometimes do some additional validations, or you can look at applying other tools to see if you get the same answer or similar results. So take note of that. Because we save this list to a text file, you can also count the text file, okay, this one here, and get the same count here. So we say cat or chr.txt, we pipe and say wc-l. This will also give us the same answer. Okay, so these are ways you can use to do query and get some information about the chromosomes in the VCF file. So let's proceed. Let's clear the screen and then continue. Let's do an ls to check some stuffs. So we have them there. Okay. So aside listing the chromosomes and saving the list to a file, you can also check some of them. You can just make some queries to find the first 5 chromosomes, the last 5 chromosomes, okay, on the lists, okay. Not the arrangement on the genome itself, but from the list that you have. So let's just say you want the first 5 chromosomes. You can just say head. Okay, this time let's begin with the text files. So let's use this one here. So let's say you want the first 5 chromosomes. Okay, and from this list you can say head N5 and then call the text file. So you have them here. So you have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let's say you want the last 5. You can say till, and then a similar thing here. You can just do it here, and then you get the last 5. Aside doing it on a text file, you can also do this operation directly on this file, on the VCF file here. So we can do that as well. So for that, we can say bcftools query-f, just as we did previously, you call the VCF file, then you can do your unique and then do a head-n 5. And this will return them for us. You can do same for tail. And then you get the output here as well. So these are things you can do just to explore your data using Linux. Okay, so Linux has a very flexible and powerful scripting environment that allows you to combine commands almost in an unlimited fashion. Okay, so just try these things and then just get your stuffs done. Now let's proceed. So let's clear the screen first. Now let's look at how we can check for the presence or absence of a chromosome. Let's say you have the list of chromosomes and you want to check whether there are records available for a particular chromosome, or you want to check whether a particular chromosome is among the lists. Then you can use the grep command. Let me show you how. So let's say we want to check for the presence or absence of chromosome X. You can say bcftools query -f, the same as we did. And then you specify the VCF file. Then you pipe and then you add your grep command. So this helps us to search for patterns in text files. So we put our pattern in quotes. This time it's chromosome X. The X is what we want. So we just do it like this. And then if there's a hit, it will return to us. So let's run this. So there was a hit. Notice there were duplicates, okay, because the command here, let's clear the screen and then just continue. The command here will get everything for us. Information from all variants that were recorded for chromosome X. That is what this does. Okay. So if you just want the presence or absence and not all the information, you can just add the unique command here. Let's do it this way. The unique command to remove duplicates and then just do the grep. And then this will give us what we want. So let's run this. And then we can have it this way. So that's how we do it. We can do the same thing for chromosome Y. And then we run it. We will get it. Try with, let's say, chromosome 1. Let's see what you get. Okay, good. Yeah, so this one here brings another thing that we'll look at in the future one. Sometimes with a grep, especially with numbers and stuff, you need to add some additional information, okay, so that it becomes specific. It becomes very stringent so that we know what we want. So here, because we said 1, we have all these chromosomes being listed because they all have the value 1 in them. So for this particular one, we have other ways to do it, but that's beyond the scope of this tutorial. So those are things we will do in the Linux tutorials proper. Okay, so let's take note of that. So that's just what I wanted you to know about this particular one. So let's proceed. So using the same command, okay, we can just make some small modification and use that to do the counts for a particular chromosome, the number of variants recorded for a particular chromosome. So let's try with chromosome X. You can see, so this time we will remove the unique. And then just do the grep and then just count WC-L. So if you do it this way, you will get the total variant for chromosome X. So there we have it. So these are the number of variants for chromosome X. Okay, so these things are there to help you to get your stuffs done. Okay, but for the counting of the variants per chromosome, I have done a separate tutorial on that and I'll be uploading soon. So just monitor this channel as I will do that in the coming days. So just be patient and wait. So this is how we do it. And let me also say again that counting the number of variants using the chromosomes can be a bit tricky. So you just need to do some additional checks to make sure that you have the expected results. So just take note of that. Okay, so that's what we have. Now let's try this with the search again. Let's try with another VCF file on my GitHub repo. So let's do that and then we call it a day. So let's clear the screen and then let's go to the GitHub repo again. So let's get this one here, this particular file here, the CHR subset. So you can download by clicking the download button, which will appear in the next page. Okay, so that's what we do. Or you can also use the link. So for me, because I'm on a terminal, I'll just get a download link by just doing the right clicking to get it. So I'll just copy the link and go and then download it. So let's proceed. So I'll say we get, and then I'll supply it with the link and then I'll just download and then wait whilst it does it. Okay, so it has been done for me. So let's clear the screen, do an ls, and then you see them there. Okay, so there's a file. So we just want to check for the presence of chromosome X and Y in this one here, just for us to know how that can also be done. So we say bcftools query-f %chrom/n, and then we specify this VCF file. Then we grep and then get the X. So let's run it. Nothing was returned. Okay, so nothing was returned because we don't have that information here. Okay, with this particular one, that is why I labeled it as CHR subset. So I just got the variant for some of the chromosomes and I just placed them there, but I did not include that for X and Y and some other ones. So this is just to test and then just see that the command will work fine for us. So try with Y and then see what you get. It's also nil because there is no hit. Okay, so this is how we do it for the queries. Okay, so that's all for this tutorial. And let me also get your comments, and I also love to hear from you and get information on how these tutorials can be improved. So thanks for watching this video. You might be interested in this playlist because it has lots of videos on how to manipulate VCF files. So watch them and then just enjoy. See you in the next session.